what was it about the bigger films that you felt like you were missing personally that you wanted to get back to and be able to do with a movie like this?
Well, I really came of age after having written Swingers and been in that, and that's close to 20 years ago. And when I wrote that script, it hit me very quickly. It hit me in a few weeks, and I never knew I was going to make it. And it's where I started. And I was lucky enough through Elf and through Iron Man to work my way up, and fortunately be involved with the type of movies that are still relevant. Having been through that, you see that there's a whole there's a whole class of films that just aren't being made anymore because the DVD market's gone away for the most part. And so all those mid-range budget movies that have won Academy Awards that are about people, those movies aren't being greenlit anymore. And the big ones are the ones that are safe bets or safer bets. And the movie business is still, you know, is trying to contend with changing times. And now we have a world market, so specific cultural films are not really, they're harder to come by. But thanks to new media and the money that's coming in through digital, the low-end budget movies are starting to rise up enough to be able to do a movie like this. And I wanted to make a movie for grown-ups. I wanted to make a movie about fatherhood, about balancing career and family, and all the things that I would have, you know, the same part of my soul that I was able to put into Swingers when I was in my 20s. I want to make a movie in my 40s about all the things that I've encountered as being a dad and being in a career that I've been passionate about, a career where you have to balance art and commerce, which is, you know, goes back to the Sistine Chapel and beyond. It's a great theme to play with, and about finding your inspiration. And when you're my age, it's rededicating yourself and focusing yourself, because a lot of little decisions every year that seem innocuous put you in a position where it's like, whoa, where am I? What am I doing? What, am I still excited about what I'm doing? I'm not really like the guy here because I like the big movies. They're fun. But I don't want to do just one kind of movie. I want to be able to do things like this. And you know, if you're willing to take a pay cut and call in some favors and shoot it in a month, you could do it. And so I wanted to, and this has been the best experience I could ever remember having.
Okay, so obviously you had to call in these favors. There's a couple Iron Man cast members in there. Dustin Hoffman, I think the crowd got very excited when he showed up on screen.
Oh, I got excited too when he read the script and he liked it. I didn't know him before. And he started talking to me about, I was expecting, oh, is he a foodie? Why is he? Well, he started talking about Kramer versus Kramer. And I was like, I didn't even think of that. I rewatched it. I was like, oh my God, it's a divorced dad. And back then, movies could be a little more ambiguous. It's not like you're a bad dad. It's you're a dad that's not really a good dad. And you're not really connected to your kid because you're too busy with the day-to-day stuff. And the way they argue and reconnect, actually through food also in that film, really inspired me. And I look back at the script and reworked some of the scenes.
Well, with a much smaller budget compared to the larger films, what are some of the frills or creature comforts that you found yourself missing on this set?
The only thing that I really missed was the ability to pay people what they really deserve, especially the below-the-line people. The actors, they'll go off and make other movies and they'll do well for themselves. But the below-the-line people who wanted to work in L.A., and I fought very hard to keep it here. We unfortunately didn't get the rebate. Hopefully that situation's changing in the next few years so that more people could qualify. And I'll work hard to help that however I could. But it's amazing if you say, hey, we're going to make a movie. If you like the script, I'll make a movie you're proud of, and you'll get to go home, sleep with your family, and you get the best crews in the world here, and the equipment, everything, like the infrastructure's here. So when you tap into that, you get exponentially how much work you could accomplish in any given day. Just the experience level, and the appreciation that people get to just do what when they came into the business, what was taken for granted. But everybody works for less than they would normally because it's a lower budget film. So that's the only thing. But I don't mind shooting it in a month. I loved it. It was, it like created a sense of urgency. You know, I wrote it last January, and now a year and a half later, it's out in theaters. It's very exciting. It's fun. And part of, to me, what's interesting about the kitchen culture is that it's like a pirate ship. They're rough characters from all countries, all walks of life, but then they're like total food nerds. So it's like pirates putting on a musical, you know? And to me, that's like so, it's so rich with opportunity, and I try to capture that.